This podcast is going to be very personal. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Julie Moss. If you're new to my channel, you are welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to share with someone else that might need it, because today I have very important, life-changing information. In the words of the great philosopher Lai Wasabi, he says, "Info, lay your finfo." Forgive my Yoruba, which means it is information that we used to fly. Abi? Yeah, something like that. Or information gives leverage. Yeah, I think that's more accurate. All right. So, what can you notice in your life that you're really struggling with and you cannot tell anyone about? Or you know someone around you that is struggling, but you don't even know how to help the person. For instance, someone messages you and say, "Oh, I am hooked on pornography, on masturbation, or drug abuse, drug use," and you're like, "I've talked. This person is not changing. What else can I do to help such a person?" I would like you to know that there is nothing new under the sun. And whatever you're going through, you're not alone. You just have to be willing to find help, right? But what I'm specifically here to say is that I learned somewhere of which I would reference very soon. I learned somewhere from another podcast about how bad habits are formed. So imagine you have a child, and then the child is just learning how, in fact, the child cannot talk. You come inside, you meet, maybe the child has poured his baby milk on the floor, and you ask, "Who did this?" And the child cannot even talk. The child already denying responsibility for the stuff he has done. Does anybody have to teach a child a bad habit? No. Right? It's in the human nature. So it's easier to fall into bad habits than to come out of it. It's just like someone said, they don't have to manufacture darkness. There's no lab, there's no scientist trying to manufacture darkness. Darkness is natural, it comes on its own. But you have to try to manufacture light. If you want to light up this room, you have to intentionally produce it. But switch off the lights, it will get dark. Back to the podcast I was referring to, I learned that habits are muscles. There was a time in my life where I had 4 packs because I used to work out every day, or almost every day. I was at the stadium every weekend without fail. And I used to train. I'm a long distance athlete. Fun fact. Or I used to be a long distance athlete. So imagine I was very fit. And then I would come back, I would do sit-ups. I had 4 packs. I was very proud. Glory days. I built my muscle. But guess what? The first time I ran, it was difficult, right? But with use, I was able to start running 5,000, 8,000, 10,000. What am I trying to say? A bad habit is also a muscle. The first time you did that bad thing that you cannot tell anybody about, the first time you tried to sniff that drug, it felt bad. Most likely. But then, the second time you did it, you were more emboldened. The third time you did it, you were more emboldened. It's just like bullying, for instance. Someone that has a tender heart will not just bully. There's something that chips away at your humanity. Little by little that now normalizes bullying. It's a muscle. You're training in ungodliness. I was very bullied in the secondary school. I used to wake up with slap. You understand? They're not trying to. They will to wake you up in the morning. You wake up startled, like you don't even know where you are. You wake up with insults. Sometimes you have to kneel down all night. It was chipping off part of my humanity. I will not mention my school. Because you would even report to the teachers and nothing can be done. And it was a private school and nothing can be done. At the time I became a senior, I had no humanity left. What are you talking about? So I punished you, I beat you up, you're crying. So I don't care, right? Because I'm speaking right now to videos we've been seeing of late of teenagers bullying students in the secondary schools. Even someone was beaten to death in the university recently. There's something that has been done to the heart condition to make it, to make you normalize wickedness. It's a muscle. The more you do it, you're gymming it. Before you know it, your wickedness now has 6 packs, 8 packs, muscles. Your humanity is diminished. What am I trying to say? You've taken so long to exercise that muscle. That thing you're struggling with. Someone started self-harm by just one cut. And you cried, felt bad, you hid it from people. Now, several cuts a day. You've grown better in doing bad things. So, someone like that, now when you try to now correct it and do good, you'll be like, oh my God, it's so difficult, I'm not getting any better. It's not true. You just have to exercise now in the right direction, and it's not going to be easy. Maybe stealing, they call it kleptomania, when you don't even have use for what you're stealing. Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. From I can't believe I just did that, with continual doing that, becomes the story of your life. Becomes, in our local parlance, they call it Ogbolobu, somebody that is now thick, well grounded in bad things, well grounded in evil. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like grandmaster. Because you've exercised that muscle well enough. Somebody might be saying, I don't womanize, but you see me and Betty, I'm a gambler, I'm a chronic, I can gamble my liver. But other things, I don't lie, I'm a pretty stand-up guy. The podcast I actually watched, the person speaking was saying when he first went to the gym, he could only lift the bar without any weights, and the bar was so heavy for him. But with consistent going to the gym, with consistent looking at people that are doing it, getting help from a coach, collecting lectures on the right kind of diet, he was able to start lifting weights, the first weight, the second, the third. Now, they're adding weights to the bar. But he started with just the bar. What are you struggling with? You need to start from somewhere. Don't give up just because you tried changing and then, oh, now I don't vex, I don't go slap person. Sorry if you don't understand pidgin. I mean that you're struggling with anger, and don't feel discouraged when you just fly into a rage, and before you know it, you fly into a rage, and before you know it, you hit someone. There's something called anger management. There are classes for everything. There's help for you. You don't need to keep it to yourself. You don't need to keep being discouraged. I'm talking about this because I was really blessed by the series, right? I discovered that things I did not work on in myself from childhood followed me into my teenage years, became worse, and followed me to my adult years, became worst. The first place I will suggest you get help from is by listening to the podcast that brought me here in the first place, right? I'm referring to 100 Days of Discipleship. Go to YouTube, type 100 Days of Discipleship. There are several topics in the 100 Days of Discipleship, which is ongoing, but if you want to listen to the podcast on bad habits, start from day 21. There are 6 parts, very short, 10 minutes, you'll be done. But the life lessons will change your life forever. 100 Days of Discipleship by Emmanuel Iren. I cannot overemphasize it. I thank you very much, Pastor Emmanuel Iren, for creating great content. See you another time. Bye.